My name is Paul and I'm working here at Star Citizen as a lead engine or lead game programmer, especially working on Dogfight at the moment, and the last couple of months we pretty much crunched to get Dogfight in a good state to show it to you guys. One thing we worked the last week or the last weeks, getting all the items and all the subsystems together. They are all connected like in real world, so you have a radar item which sends radar information, which is then processed by an identification device, and this is sent to the actual display in your HUD, so player in the end will be able to totally customize their ships if they want. And this is what I'm working at the moment to bring all those systems together. We have like an energy flow system where we can detach and attach items like you would put a plug into your jack in the wall.
So I'm Dan Tracy. I'm the senior technical designer here at Cloud Imperium Games, working here in LA. So I'm right now for dogfighting. I'm actually working on quite a bit of stuff with the Hornet destruction, as well as a lot of the destructibilities for like the asteroids, setting up the levels. Been working with a bunch of other people on like the particle effects, setting up the vehicle setup. Basically, I've touched a lot of the parts in the animation. You name it, I've done it. So I'm just going to be showing off a little bit here of like the Hornet destruction of what we currently have set up. So on my weapon mount here that I got, I'm actually going to be shooting at the wing. We got some sparks from the hit impacts, and you can see here where I'm actually blowing up parts of the wing. We got little jibs flying off from the stresses that are going to be hitting the ship. We're going to be changing this around a little bit, so it's actually going to be localized to where you're actually hitting on the ship. So these different panels are actually going to be blowing off, and when you're actually shooting at the wings here, you'll blow off like parts of the ship. You'll lose your weapons here. You can see that one flying away here. And then you can actually completely like disassemble the actual vehicle entirely. And we're going to be doing this for all these different parts actually.
Chris Smith, I'm the lead ship modeler here at Cloud Imperium Games. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the destruction pieces and how we made them. What I came up with was a sort of kit bash design that I used all over the place in the ship to make it quick and efficient and easy to make. So kit bashing is like when you, from real life modeling, you take existing pieces from other models and put them together to make a new piece, to make a new model. This is the tail wing here specifically. You know, we're kind of breaking them up by sections. These are all the different damage states. What we're doing is, the first damage state will be like real low, you know, just panels flying off. And then the next stage, you know, a little bit bigger piece will fall off, and so on, you know, until basically the whole thing just comes off and it's just a burning wreck.
So what we had before was more of a style guide for how we were going to have the HUD look, but we didn't really have a functional design of what was going to be on there and where. So what we did in this meeting was mostly hammer out what we're actually going to show and when and on which display. And so that informs what I'm doing and what sort of inputs I need to program for the HUD. So now that we actually have an early version of the dogfighting module working and everyone can actually fly the ships, I'm starting to get actual feedback on what's useful and what's not, what's in the wrong place, what's unintuitive, what's intuitive.
Hi, I'm Alan PRECOURT. I'm the senior lighting and cinematic artist here at Cloud Imperium Games. I've been working for the past couple weeks on the dogfighting module, specifically lighting the Hornet. What I do is I often will sit right where the pilot sits, where the player is going to sit. And I'll keep looking around going, okay, I like that, I don't like that, and I keep moving the camera back and forth to try to see where the light is falling, what sort of bad effects I'm getting that aren't really desirable, and then I'll just keep changing it back and forth. So what it is a lot of placing a light, taking a look at the environment, going back, thinking about it some more, going back to the light, moving it a little bit more. So that's a really, really rough idea of how that looks for the cockpit. And after about 3-4 days of work, it looks like this.
Hi, my name is Forrest, technical artist at Cloud Imperium Games. Mostly been concentrating on special effects. So explosions, muzzle flashes, when all the damage states switch, having sparks and fire and stuff happening when things are spinning around, flying around, trails. Currently, we just had a new tool made that allows us to do volume particles, and that means instead of our explosions just being kind of flat images, we now have volumes that can be rendered and created, so it has much more of kind of this fireball type effect when the explosion happens, along with the debris that kind of shoots out, and also the smoke. And then also in the dogfighting level, we have like an asteroid field and a lot of space dust that surrounds and is inside the asteroid field. And for that, we actually use volume particles, which is also a 3D particle that's very different and new. And that allows us to get these nice, dense looking areas actually through particles. So probably my favorite thing that is being worked on right now is the shields. So we now have the ability to have a very flexible tool to create a lot of different looking shields and have a lot of control on how the shield's like. So he's been spending a lot of time adjusting perimeters. You know, maybe there's a hot spot, then it kind of starts breaking up, then it maybe comes to like this kind of energy, then just some noise, and just dialing down all the settings depending on your shield damage from like 0 to 100, like how charged it is, how not charged it is, and just kind of creating this kind of very procedural looking effect based on what's happening around you and how you're getting hit and everything. Cool. So the most challenging thing in regards to the dogfighting level is to really balance performance with gameplay, because we want lots of asteroids in there, we want lots of exploding asteroids, but it also has to run on the network, and it has to be fun. And so we're really trying to balance, get the highest fidelity graphics we can get with the highest fidelity gameplay that we can get, and that's kind of the balancing act that seems to be the most challenged but the most fun as well. So.